Hey, what's happening, man? It's your boy Dion checking in. Welcome you to the buffet. One thing about it, two things for sure. You gonna get good conversation and good motivation.
Me, I just started concentrating on the vibe, man. It's I guess 30s has hit different for me. Now it got me thinking about a whole lot of things on the outside spectrum of relationships and everything else, to where that physical attraction ain't even enough for me no more, you know? I mean, it gets me looking and everything, but at the same time, I'm like, but what else value you have? Like, am I gonna be arguing with you every single time I come home? Or you got a problem with me on everything I do? What if I want to play Call of Duty for an hour? Are you gonna come in and just start some crap for no apparent reason because you ain't got the attention? It's just a lot of stuff. But it just to me, I have really just been focusing on, are you gonna be peace in my life, or are you gonna be disruption in my life? Destruction.
That's
in
a
my
word.
life.
That's a gem. Hey, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, because all right, so because you brought up relationships, that's exactly that's what everybody wanted us to talk about with the whole crew, or whatever, like talk about relationships and things like that. So since we're doing this bonus footage little thing, this deleted scenes, whatever you want to call it, that we're doing, right? Oh yeah, what we call it? The freaking meal prep series.
Side dish Sunday.
Yeah, side dish. Boom, there it is. Side dish Sunday. So for side dish Sunday today, since you brought up relationships. So one, when you talked about when you want to just come home, play Call of Duty, and not have to hear nothing. You remember that challenge folks, the ladies were doing, not even ladies, guys are doing it too, where they just walk in and just drop a towel in front of their significant other while they doing something, like while they at work or while they playing the game, whatever. Do you think you could survive that challenge? Would you cave, or would you keep playing the game?
No, I cannot survive that thing. No. If my woman came into a room and I'm playing the game with my homeboys, or doing some work, or even if I got a meeting and I'm be like, hey guys, internet went down. I got to go I got to go fix my modem real quick.
The fact that you sitting there talking to them, telling them, hey, my internet's back, as if the connection is still strong as heck. You turn it.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna call something, because I'm just gonna keep it 100. No, I cannot. No, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing. I'm gonna stop what I'm doing. I done lost that challenge.
That's funny.
Nigga, what about you, man? You
I'm not familiar with the challenge. Like, I don't. I'm not.
No, you don't be on. I mean, it's kind of an older challenge. I'm keeping a stack, and then on top of that, you don't be on social media like that neither, which is a good thing, because you out here being productive in society. While hooligans like myself are distracted by.
I'll be back, man. Trust me. I'll be back.
The return of but pretty much, yeah. Like, they would literally record themselves. So of course, because it's first person view, all you see is them like just drop the towel.
Uh-huh.
And you just assume that they're naked. And you can tell by the other person's genuine reaction, oh, they really are naked. Now, some guys, I would say about 75% of the ones I saw, yeah, they stopped what they doing. They took their little headset off, controlled it down, did what they had to do. I think I'm with Zay, man. Like, I think I'm gonna feel that. Like, I more than likely, and I'm probably not even gonna say, hey, I'll be back or nothing. I'm probably just gonna cut that thing off right then and there. If it's Zoom, yeah, I'm just closing the laptop and get straight into it, because it's like, Mike, where were you? You're asking the wrong questions. You should have asked me, am I okay? Am I safe? Why are you just questioning my whereabouts and not questioning my safety?
That is real. That's real though. That is so real.
I assume and would lose that challenge. Yeah, I'm gonna say.
I want to ask, what are you doing? I wouldn't have asked any of that. I'm just going for it.
Because we know each other. We know it's like, hey, if he just, all right, I'm ahead. I already know what time it is. Like, man, So done walked in. Here you go. Here you go.
That's just like if we was on this video and she walked in and I go like this.
I already know what time it is. Bro, it's not. Exactly.
It's over with. It's over with.
You already know what time. Exactly what Don just did. That
down. Nigga fold the laptop down. Ooh.
You just gonna see that the male avatar just gonna pop up, man. Like you already know what it is.
Yep.
And hopefully you respectful enough to mute the thing before you go, or just hang up completely, just drop off. No, but it's the serious part of the conversation. So Zay of course been doing the relationship series on Facebook and Instagram, all that good stuff.
I gotta check them out.
Yeah. I'll shoot you the video. But
I'm listening. I gotta do something.
Oh, you good. Since we talking about those kind of things, Zay, what would you say is the ideal woman for you? Because I know somebody that I know you got you got a fan of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 or 50 or 100 or 100,000 or 100 million that's watching these videos. And it's like, I wonder who's the perfect woman for Motivational Zay. A matter of fact, I know one fan in particular that used to talk about you a lot. I mean, a lot. But that's neither that. We'll talk offline about that. But
really?
All I'm saying is, if I show up married, she can't be mad.
Hey, closed mouths don't get fed.
Exactly. But for real though, to be real talk, you know, I can go down the whole list of all the stuff I want in a person. I mean, in a woman. And the thing is, I know I wouldn't get it all. So there's a couple of things that, you know, I'm willing to budge on. And that's why I said the vibe now is becoming really, really important to me. Because I know if the vibe is right, then I'll have peace majority of the time. And the fact that, you know, being a teammate, you know, like can I be myself around? Can I really lead you? Like if that makes sense. Like if I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I ask you to come pray with me and to start our day or give you a scripture. And we just talk about that scripture. You know, it can be that one verse what we have a conversation about. I feel like that's a devotion with a relationship style, you know, where we both are learning like, oh, okay, I never thought about that and everything else. But you can't bring that up to some women because some women be saying, I want a God-fearing man, but when they get one, they don't really entertain the God-fearing part.
That's true.
And then, you know, we just tackling stuff together. You know, I'm a firm believer that I don't try to make decisions on my own without talking to my partner. You know, if I got a big decision coming up, I'm gonna run it by her too. Because girl, I'm just gonna be honest. Women are more detailed than men, and they're going to actually see things at the smallest little level than we would. And that would help out my decision in all these things. And yeah, it's just, she just gotta be not only beautiful up here, but beautiful in here and beautiful up here too. So, did I explain it?
Here or in here, huh?
It can't be beautiful on the outside. She got to be beautiful in the inside and up here too.
so we just looking past these and these, huh? We just gonna look past that completely, huh?
Like I said, that gets me a look. That's all it is, a look. I mean,
so yeah, you are going more so our vibes now, vibes and spirits and good thoughts.
I really have. I love a positive vibe, man. It helps me out a whole lot, especially with just think about it this way, like a woman that can control the situation in anything, right? Like she adapt to any moment that you're in. Like you can really take her to take her to an office party, and she know how to dap. You could take her to the hoodest club, and she know how to dap. And you could take her to anywhere, and she just know how to adapt and bring peace. Or when you coming home from a chaotic day, and you told her about it at the beginning, like that's when you really see who a woman is to you, because she's gonna either invite you in to comfort you during that chaotic day. But we also as men got to create that too. If she had a chaotic day, do something special. I'll never forget this. This one time I was dating this girl, and she was it was that time of month, whatever. And she had it was like really bad at one point. And I went out and I bought her some ice cream. I bought her favorite ice cream, some cookies, and then I bought her some Jessica Simpson shoes because she wanted them. And I showed up with that, and that took it's like it took all the pain away. She wasn't even caring about it. She was thinking about that one moment of how I brought comfort to her, because it just some things I do. And that's what I said, man. You got to have a good heart and good mind to know, like, okay, this person is going through some things. Let me try my best to, make the pain a little lighter. And it don't have to be you buying stuff. It could be your presence. Like, your presence is all somebody need, and not to go down that rabbit hole with them or to get mad with them. It's just for you to be like you so controlled within yourself that if she come to you mad, she look in your eyes and she just feel comfort. It's like it calms the whole situation down. And yeah, that just helped. And I have heard that you got to be your best friend at the end of the day. Like, can I talk to you about what I just seen on Power, or can I talk to you about what I just read, and what are your views about? It's all about that communication and everything else like that. And can I be vulnerable with you, and you not judge me for being vulnerable? It's about those things that bring the vibe that I'm looking for. So yeah, it's just and then I listen to a whole lot of people that are married, and one of the things that I really had started doing was, when a girl came to me about her day, I'll be like, "Oh, for real? No. She had the nerve to say what?" Girls be looking for that. So it's just about listening, and just listening to a woman, and learning your woman, and knowing what her ticks her off, and what she needs and everything. It just make more sense that way. Keep the peace.
True.
You hit on a lot right there.
See, and I'm not married, but I can talk about relationship.
All day.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man. After you get done with your engineering career, you might have a calling in relationship counseling. You might have a calling there.
I can only throw out the suggestions. It's up to people to listen. I know a lot of people like the last video I did on relationship about the pouring into each other. And
yes.
But that's the way I see relationships. We should always want to be, we can be the person that is willing to serve one another, or we could be the person that is, we could be the servant or the customer. I'll say that. You can be the servant or the customer, and vice versa. You always have to pour back in. Like, I know that, like, if you bring me home a Twix one day, because y'all know that's my weakness, Twix, then I gotta make sure I bring you some Reese's or some Skittles or M&Ms or something to try to, or Kit Kat, or just something to say, I saw what you did. but here mine is too, and get these flowers. Now what up?
Yeah.
And then one other thing, man, is we got to learn to protect our relationship, man. You know, from outside people, and it's just been a couple of times where outside people just came in and threw a wrench, and it always start a problem, and it just always don't. It just, you ever been in a moment where you just the happiest couple ever, and then all of a sudden it just switch. I mean, somebody, it's like the Adam and Eve story. There's a snake that just came in and whispered something in the ear. And that's all it takes sometimes. That's why you have to be like a strong woman, because you got to be a strong woman to say, okay, this is my relationship. Let me handle it. You know, we happy over here. Stay out of it. There has been times where I told my folks, you know, stay out of my relationship. It's okay. You know, I understand. You can give me insight about it all day, but at the end of the day, I'm still a man. I got to make that decision on my own to either implement what you saying into my relationship, because at the end of the day, you're not with her 24/7. I am. So you don't know her for real. You talking from outside looking in. You're not inside looking out. So but that's just me. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
Nah, man, because like you was hitting on something. Now I will say, there's only one thing I disagree with you about. But literally everything else was spot on. So I will say, no matter how hard you can try to prevent something from the outside affecting you all internally, bro, you can be perfect and still get, and she can still fall for that. Like, ultimately, that's on them. Like, that's on your partner to not let that outside stuff affect. I mean, and same for you. Like, you can't let the outside stuff make you look at her differently, and vice versa. Like, she can't let the outside stuff make her look at you differently. But I do genuinely feel like, yo, you can do everything right and still they will fall for the outside stuff. I do believe that. But and that's on them. That has nothing to do with you. So one thing I do want people to see, at the end of the day, yo, that was a decision that they made. They made the decision to step out on you. Don't necessarily look in the mirror and be like, well, what am I doing wrong? Like, have your session and just regroup. And to me, that's just gotta let me know that wasn't the one. You know what I'm saying? Because from personal experience, like that's it's just one of those things where it's like, yo, no matter how hard you try to, you can't want something more than they want it.
Yeah.
You really can't. Like, yo, if you were to tell me, Mike, I want to open up $1 million business. If I want to open up your $1 million business more than you, that's an issue. So if y'all in a relationship together and you wanted to work more than she does, if it's not somewhere near the same, if y'all don't want it anywhere close to the same, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
It's just not, man. Like, it's just not, man. Like, that's just what it is, bro.
Yeah, and I completely agree with you, because it's just something about that teamwork, man. If I ain't gotta be the coach. I can be like Michael Jordan. You could be Scottie Pippen. Without the two, you never have a championship. You never have a ring without those two. Michael Jordan said might be the best player in the world, but we saw for maybe 5 years that he couldn't do it by himself. But that's just it, man. We ain't trying to. I play it like this. It's like sitting on a teeter-totter, right? Like, you can, exactly. So you want to stay level at all times. You don't want to be up above and everything else. Yeah, a man's supposed to lead, but lead in the right way. And you got to make sure that, you know, you're not abusing that title of being the man of the house. And if I'm always the one that be like, you gonna do it my way, or this is gonna be it, or this is, that's not a relationship. That's manipulation and being selfish. And that's not cool. No, nobody wants to be in a relationship where they've always been manipulated or being or as they say, controlled. And you got to follow all the rules in somebody else's house. If I wanted that, I could have stayed with my parents, you know.
But you brought up a good, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You brought up a good point about the whole man of the house thing. Like, you think that's still a thing in today's society, in this day and age of dating and marriage? Do you still think that's a thing for real? Because like, if you look out, and we talked about this in previous episodes, like women are accomplishing more and more. So when they accomplish more, they're going to want more. And when they want more, it's kind of hard to, if I'm doing this on my own, why should I take a back seat? Like, do you even think like the man of the house mantra of that role is still a thing?
You talking to me or Dom?
I'm talking to whoever's going to answer the question.
I would say, man, again, that just goes back to the partner you choose. There's some women out here that making like mad money and that are willing to like, they are willing to really let a man lead by what the Bible said, lead the house, you know? And it goes into like, it's all about obedience to God at that point, you know? They said that, you know, in the Bible, it says that we're supposed to leave our mothers and families and cleave on to the wife, and they to do the same thing to us. They're supposed to be submissive and everything else. But there has only been one time in the Bible that I know of where he said that you should love this like Christ loved the church. And if I'm willing to marry you, I'm really saying to God, I'm ready to die for you. You know, because that's at the end of the day, that's what it is. I'm ready to die for you. If somebody was to point a gun, and I was thinking about this earlier too, when if somebody was to point a gun at your wife and you run away, you ain't a man, you're a coward.
That is not worth it.
You're a coward at that point. Like you worried about you when your wife is in trouble. And you just gotta make sure that, you know, then some women they want that. They want that man to be like the man of the house and everything else. But culture, man, I'm telling you, it's different out here now, because now it's becoming the rule that guys that are married be trying to step out on their wives. And they making it like it's the thing to do. And I'm like, bruh, if you wanted to do that, why did you get married? Why are you playing with your marriage like that if you wanted to do all that stuff? You still trying to be single, married. You can't do that. and I'm sorry, I just went on and on, but to me, women be saying that they want the 60 years and everything else type of marriage, but you got to think about it in this way too. Back then, women let the man lead them. Women let the man have a say-so in the house. Women, you know, it was more so of a teamwork environment. Like my mom and dad, they still come together and make a decision. Like it just is what it is. And like mom and like my dad give my mom the check, you know, he just got that trust level in her that she gonna do what she gotta do. And you know, I done went through college and everything else, so of course she's doing something good. But at the same time, man, and plus if okay, so getting down to the meat of thing, a woman of power, you could be the more professional, you could be the woman of power outside the house. But you know, you got to learn how to switch it down. Okay, I'm about to come to my husband. He's not an employee, but let me come to him as a woman and be more vulnerable to him, you know, and vice versa. We got to be vulnerable to them too. We can't treat them like they're employee, or they should follow our processes and procedures that we written at work. You know, we can't do that. And that's what a lot of people get the head of household confused. They think it's all about the money. No, it's not all about the money. Because if we wanted to say the head of household is protection, who you gonna look for to protect the house first? The man or the woman? And let's be honest, you're gonna look to that man like, hey, I heard a noise in the front door over by the front. Can you go check that out? And even then, you know, some men are cowards. Like, okay, if they busting out in here, you know, someone ain't gonna go and check. But you know, we just have to make sure that we have to make sure that we just pick the right ones that are willing to be submissive and not just submit to like where they are a slave to us, but submit to where they are a helper. Sorry.
I mean, no, we're just talking it up.
Because I have heard so many women just, they have a problem with that word, that one word, being submissive. Yeah. But you don't submit to a man that ain't ready to die for you either. Because if you continue to submit to people that ain't giving the same energy or same way of dealing with things, or that's trying to invest in the relationship as much as you get, you're not going to create no dividends. You're going to always be in the negative to your gains because you're not working together to try to fix it. And that's one of the things I really been trying to teach myself, to not waste time. You know, if that vibe from that woman in a couple of months, if I ain't feeling nothing, I'm sorry, baby, but I gotta let you go. It's no disrespect for you, and she could do the same to me. I might not be her cup of tea, you know? It just, if you don't see anything, because they said I believe that a man know within 30 days if he gonna rock with the chick or not. Now we might let her wait for another 2 months to try to get all this stuff in, but a woman, if she be herself and she show you who she is in a relationship, you would not let her go. That's just on what women say, period. It's just it. Because if you come in and treat that man different than all the other chicks he done had, you ain't going nowhere. Go on, sit down.